Happy 4th of July to everybody. I'm Skip. I am a happy camper. And without question, my friends, we're going to make a happy camper out of you. Hello, Daniel.
Hey.
Great day to do the show.
Oh, yeah.
4th of July.
Got my freedom pants on.
Yeah, and it looks like it's going to be a nice day considering rain in the forecast. But tonight's going to be fireworks all over the place.
Oh, yeah. No sleep.
So all they're not banging outside right now, let's go ahead and get the show on the road.
Yeah.
And we wish everybody out there a happy 4th of July. This is Happy Camper Radio. Glad you're with us. Stick around for another great show. I know you're going to enjoy it.
Happy Camper Radio.
The Happy Camper Radio Show can be heard all around the world by great listeners like yourself. We're in the iTunes Store, Podbean, well, I want to say Stitcher. I'm so used to saying Stitcher, but Stitcher's not there anymore.
But yeah.
Yeah. All right. Spotify, like we always talk about them.
Yep.
But, there's a lot of podcast directories out there, and chances are Happy Camper Radio is going to be right there.
Yes, sir.
All you got to do is punch that into the search engine, and you'll find us. Great episodes dating all the way back to 2013 when we first got started. So, take your pick. A lot of great episodes. We're talking about camping just about in every one of them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, you can really enjoy that. And, of course, we're on the web 24/7 at www.happycamperradio.com. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on X. And, of course, subscribe to the YouTube channel. And you can do that right now if you're on your computer or your smartphone or whatever. You see that little red pup tent down there? The box with the pup tent in it? Click on that. You'll be a subscriber to the show, and you won't miss a single episode of Happy Camper Radio.
Mm-hmm.
So, Daniel, what are your 4th of July plans?
Probably going to go over to my mom's and cook out and hang out, hopefully get some stuff done around the house because I got to go to work tomorrow.
Well, it's great, you get to be off today, but, a lot of folks right now, and I'm surprised, you especially being in the government, you pretty much get a lot of time off. There's a lot of folks. There's a lot of folks right now because 4th of July is here on a Thursday.
Yeah.
Some folks are taking off Friday.
Oh, yeah.
And they're typically off Saturday and Sunday, so they've got a 4-day vacation.
Yeah, a lot of businesses I deliver to are off tomorrow. So
I'd be willing to bet a lot of the public campgrounds, of course, private campgrounds too, are jam-packed right now. Right about now.
Everything's packed.
Yeah, so
it's
there's
the biggest outdoor day of the year. I think of all the amusement parks like Disney World and Six Flags and all the other amusement parks around the country. It's like I feel like this would be the worst day in the world to go to anything like that. Like, we live right next to Stone Mountain Park, and I used to work there as a kid, and they would close down the park at around 2 o'clock because there were so many people there, and I'd be working there, and you can't leave because it's that jam-packed with people on the 4th of July. But
I know.
It's an experience, and it's a lot of fun.
I try not to go out anywhere on the 4th of July.
Yeah,
but I can remember because, I have lived in this area. And of course, I've been living in the metro Atlanta area for close to 35 years now. Mm-hmm. But we've lived out this way. And I remember on several 4th of July occasions. And, of course, Labor Day, too. That's also a big time when folks want to get out. But there are lines to get into the park.
Oh, yeah.
All right, and they're backed all the way down Highway 78.
Oh, yeah.
And there comes a point where they've got to cut it off.
Yep.
And then for maybe every 5 cars that leave, they'll let 5 cars in, but there's people waiting to get in the park because they do have a very big fireworks show.
Yes, they do.
On the 4th of July, and we can hear it from way over here.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and also on the 4th of July, I did this actually back in, I think, 2014. They have the Peachtree Road Race, which is the biggest 5K in the world, or 10K in the world, and that's a lot of fun. It's a big to do, and it's an experience. I'd like to do it again because it's almost like a parade because I would get behind someone and they'd be slower than me, and I'd be trying to weave around them, but it's almost like a parade because there's so many people running in that thing, and there's so many people on the side handing you water, handing you drinks, handing you beers. Handing you energy drinks, and everyone's cheering you on. It's a really cool experience, and I'd love to do it again.
And I'll tell you, and a bit of advice for many of our Metro Atlanta area listeners, especially some of you who may be camping right now over at Stone Mountain Park. Word to the wise here: it's 4th of July. Don't leave the park. Yeah, especially if you're camping over there. If you need to run to the store, go to the campground store to get it. Don't leave the park because years ago, we went camping over there on the 4th of July.
Oof.
And we made the mistake of leaving, and we couldn't get back in the park.
Yikes.
Yeah, even though we had reservations, even though we had a parking pass, they were still making you get in line, and
Wow.
hopefully you could get back in. It was a nightmare.
Oh, yeah,
So
I can
I'm
imagine.
sure that's still happening to this very day. And I wish they would put up signs over there to say, here's what's going to happen if you leave.
Yeah.
You're not going to get back in. You may not get to see the fireworks show. You may not even get to go back to your RV later that night.
Yeah.
So yeah, just be mindful of that. I've been down that road before, and I'll never go down it again. But Daniel, this is one of the reasons why I enjoy camping Monday through Friday.
Yep.
Okay. And speaking of which, I'm on my way to the Payne Campground coming Monday. It's only 4 days away, and I'm going to start getting ready here probably after this show, preparing for that week-long camping trip.
Okay.
And, Lake Allatoona is a beautiful lake.
Oh, yeah.
It's up there in northeast Georgia, and you can look it up online, and there's a lot of great Army Corps campground sites up there. And this is my first visit to the Payne Campground. And I've carefully looked at some of the campsites, and again, lakeside. It's going to be very beautiful. Hopefully, we're not going to get too much in the line of rain.
Yeah.
We've been suffering from some very severe heat down here
Oh, yeah.
over the past few days.
Oh,
and I
yeah.
know it's got to be miserable for a guy that's working in the mail truck.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I've been watching carefully. I've been watching the weather forecast online, and hopefully we're not going to get rained out too badly.
Yeah.
But I know there is going to be rain in the forecast on Monday. So, of course, there's rain in the forecast today, and we've got a very nice day.
So you're heading out on Monday?
This coming Monday, yes.
Okay.
I'll be heading
Because
on
I'm off next Monday, and if you were up there, my boat is back in business. I got it fixed up. It's better than ever. I took it out to the local park, Briscoe Park out here, and it's better than ever.
Well,
It's
let's talk
great.
about that after the show because I'm right there at Lakeside, Daniel.
Yeah.
Want to bring that boat up here and let's let it fly?
Round 2.
But I'll tell you what, I'm warning you right now, if you put that boat in the water and we have to get another fisherman to reel it on in, I'm going to get video of it.
Well, it's funny you say that because when I was over at the park the other day, I accidentally hit something and it flipped over. And, I had to wait a little bit. And thank goodness I found a stick and it worked out. But, yeah.
Okay. Well, Daniel, speaking of water, right, we were supposed to do a show last weekend.
Yeah,
but,
we were.
Yeah, but what ended up happening, you decided you were going to go tubing.
Yeah.
So tell us about your tubing trip that you went on.
So my biggest suggestion for people to go out into the sun, like an all-day thing, make sure you have sunscreen that you bought that year. Because we had this, I think it was like Walmart brand sunscreen that we've had for about 3 or 4 years. And we lathered up. We were like white with the lotion, and we were making sure we were lathered up. But like it was kind of a off-white color, and we're like, whatever, I don't know. But we got burned really bad.
Oh my heavens! And where did you go tubing at?
We went on the Chattahoochee River up. It's somewhere between Johns Creek and Peachtree Corners up in the rich part of Gwinnett. And we went about 4 miles down, and we got off at Medlock Bridge. And, yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of dodging branches and stuff. And we saw a lot of turtles, and we saw the fancy houses, and, there's a golf course next to us. But it was a lot of fun. We brought our phone and our little speaker, and we were just listening to tubing music.
Well, I'll tell you, Daniel, that day when you speak about tubing, that reminds me of the northeast Georgia town of Helen.
Oh, yeah. That's
Helen
a
is
whole other kind of...
Yeah.
I've done that before. That's a whole different animal.
Folks, I'll tell you, Helen is a
thousands of
very
people.
beautiful area
Yep.
to go visit just about any time of the year.
Yep.
And, of course, October, it's a tough town to get into because
Yep.
they've got Oktoberfest.
Oh, it's
And,
tough now. I can't even imagine what it's like today because literally every weekend during the summer, there are thousands and thousands of people going down that river. And it's so much fun to just watch people, because there's a little bit of rapids on it and you've got hundreds of people on that river just ducking and jiving, and it's a fun experience.
Well, when you said you were going tubing, the first thing that came to my mind was Helen, because I passed through that little town on the way to Hiawassee.
Yeah.
Every time I go up there, I see folks, they've got a couple companies up there that are running tubing.
Oh, yeah.
All right. And
there's a pink and a green company.
Okay. Yeah. But, Helen's not only just noted for, for the Oktoberfest, and is a nice little, you want to call it German town.
Yep.
Okay. But they've got all kind of activities up there.
Yeah.
They got putt-putt, which is something you enjoy.
Oh, yeah. We did that. We did that with actually Gary and Katie last time we went up there.
Okay, and of course, I always, if I'm going to visit Helen, I'm going to visit Paul's Steakhouse. That's a beautiful, and what they just put in just the past couple of years up there?
What's that?
They put one of those alpine rides.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I saw that on the side of the hill. Yeah, I haven't done that yet.
It's not a very large one, but I've seen a couple of videos on YouTube.
Yeah, I need to do that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go on up there sometime. And
they also have like a train museum, and they have like a little ropes course thing that I think one of the tubing companies owns, and that's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. If you ever want to get up into the mountains, they've got cabins everywhere, really nice amenities right near the lake. It's really nice, and like you, a person who likes to go during the week, it's quiet and peaceful during the week, but in the weekend on the summertime, it's a crazy town.
And you don't have to look that far to find a campground.
Oh, yeah.
In short
They've
distance.
got Unicoi State Park, I know, near there. And, Anaruby Falls is near there. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun. There's a lot to do up there.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna be making a trip up there, not too far down the road. But I'm really looking forward to my week-long trip up on Lake Allatoona here.
Yeah.
Very, very soon. And like you said, if you're serious, you're off Monday, you don't have anything to do.
Well, I'm off next Monday, so that's the problem. Yeah. But so anyway, I also went hiking. I thought I was going to finish the Bartram Trail, but so another tip for people, I had it in my bag, but I didn't put it on before I left. So it was really hot that weekend. It was about 2 weeks ago. I thought I was going to finish up the Bartram Trail. I had about 30 more miles to go. I started at Wayabald, where I left off at when I hiked about 12 miles with Gary. And I hiked about 10 miles that day. I was going to stop at this waterfall, and Deidre was going to park down the road and hike up about a quarter of a mile and meet me and, be at this campground and everything. But like when I got there later that day, my legs were chafed bad, and I could barely walk. And I just want to kick myself for not putting the chafing cream on my legs. So definitely, if you're hiking during the summertime and it's hot out there, definitely put chafing cream on your legs so you don't get chafed up, because that's never happened to me. I've like the time before I was on the Bartram Trail, I was walking, it was the bugs that were problems. So I had that covered. I had like this 100% deep wood DEET spray I sprayed, and that was fine and everything. And I don't know. You live and you learn. I also put some KT tape on my knees, and that helps a lot. So like, I admit I'm one of these people that just kind of goes and does stuff. Like I just did the Peachtree Road Race the year I did it, and that was like 6 miles, no training. Every time I hike, I don't really train for it, but I kind of pay for it later on. But I want to try to maybe train a little bit more before I finish this thing up. So that's my advice. Chafing cream, and do a little bit of walking before you start out on a 10-mile hike.
Yeah, well, on a day like today, even if you're going to be hanging around at the campsite like myself, it wouldn't be a bad idea to go ahead and lather up with that stuff, especially on a hot day like today.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're going to be out there on the lake, if you're not going to be running a toy boat and you happen to be out there on a real boat, you're going to be out there soaking up the sun as well. So definitely make sure, you look after yourself and you look after your health, and make sure you wear your sunglasses too.
Oh, yeah.
Something I'm not very good at doing. I really need to do that more when I'm out there in the hot sun. But anyway, Daniel, on the show today, I also want to talk about firework safety.
Okay.
Now, most times when you're going to be camping and you're going to be at a private campground or a public campground, such as the Army Corps sites, I wouldn't be a bit surprised. There are regulations in place. There are rules in place that they will not allow fireworks to be set off within the campground under any circumstances, even on Memorial Day and the 4th of July. All right. They encourage you to go to the nearby firework displays. There are many communities that do have fireworks shows that they put on, and you don't have to look too far away. But, here's one of my big concerns. And, if I were out there camping today, one of the things that is very important to me, okay, whether it's somebody setting off fireworks in the area or a big firework display. I've got my dog Sadie, and she is petrified of the noise.
Yep.
All right, and a lot of dogs are. So, you want to keep your pets close by, if possible. If you know that they get very upset over things like that, there are medications the veterinarian can prescribe to calm them a couple hours before the event takes place. So, it's not going to be, a total shock to them. In fact, I've got medication here at the house that I keep on hand for times like this.
Yeah.
Okay. But, it just breaks my heart, Daniel, to hear every year that an animal was outside at the time a lot of these explosions happened, and they took off and never to be seen again.
Yikes.
They take off running.
Yeah.
And they get scared, they panic, and if they can't get into the house, they're going to try to find some place to take cover.
Yeah.
All right. And you got to be very careful about that. For me, she is just, she's my pride and joy.
Oh, yeah.
And, she's by my side all the time.
Oh, I know.
Whether at the campsite or in the RV or here in the house.
Or in the bed.
Yeah. She takes up plenty of space there, whether it be at home or in the RV. Yeah, she got to be right there with Dad. But, yeah, love her to death. And speaking of 4th of July, Daniel, I want to take this opportunity. I meant to do this at the beginning of the program. I want to take this opportunity to wish my beloved wife a happy heavenly anniversary.
Oh.
And a lot of folks don't know we were married on the 4th of July.
I didn't know that.
1981.
Wow.
All right.
I was one.
43.
I wasn't
Daniel,
even one.
43 years ago. It makes you feel old when you
I wasn't
say
even
it like
one.
that.
I was born in October 80. I wasn't even one yet.
We weren't even one, but you know what? The good thing is,
3
Daniel,
months before I was one.
Yeah, you had camping in your blood.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, unfortunately, we lost Cindy to stage 4 cancer back in 2013. And, I miss her, love her very, very much. But, hey, sweetie, happy heavenly anniversary to you. Okay. But, Daniel, I'll tell you, we've got a lot in store for our listeners and, in the upcoming weeks ahead. And, this camping trip right here, I've been kind of sitting low and idle here for the past month.
Yeah.
But the month of July is going to be a very busy camping month for me.
Oh, yeah. You got quite a schedule.
Yeah, this is going to be one of these trips where I'm gone for 5 days, back for 4, and then back on the road. So, and the RV is all tuned up and ready. It got a bath this past week. So I'm really looking forward to the trip. And, it's also important, folks, and I tell you this all the time, don't overlook the maintenance on your vehicle.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because I was just watching a TikTok. I subscribe to a bunch of camping channels and stuff, and this guy was talking about how he almost his tire blew out or had a hole in it at the camping spot, and he didn't realize it until they were about to go, and he changed it out before they go. But tires are very important because if a tire goes flat or while you're on the road and you don't know it, it can do some damage. Because one time my parents were they were towing their pop-up and they got a flat, and something seemed kind of weird. You know how when you're driving and you think you have a flat but you don't have a flat? It was kind of like that. And so they just wanted to pull over just to make sure everything was okay. And it turned out that one of the tires on their pop-up got a hole or busted, and it did a bunch of damage in the wheel well, and it was an expensive fix, but you gotta watch out for that stuff. And we always bring 2 spares just in case. And we always, every time we pull over, we do a once over make sure all the chains are where they are, everything's, buckled down, everything looks good. But yeah, it's very important if you just think there's something wrong, I would pull over and just make sure. And I know you've got all the gadgets and gizmos to tell you what's going on.
You don't have to tell me anything about gadgets and gizmos, Daniel, because every time you're in the truck with me, you've got something plugged into my USB port. No, you're referring to the tire minder.
Yeah, I like that.
And Daniel, I love that to death.
That's cool. I should get one of those.
Yeah, and it can give you that early warning sign if something does go wrong.
Yeah.
But yes, I mean, you don't have to remind me about getting a flat tire.
Oh,
when
yeah,
you're heading down to a camping trip somewhere, especially out of state, because it's not something you want to have to go through. Okay, but check your tires, check your tire pressures. Do that in the morning before you leave. Okay, while the temperatures are cool.
Yeah,
just about every YouTube channel you look at, where an expert is talking to you about, checking your tires. Yeah, you want to do that in the morning time, not the night before. You want to do it before you get on the road, because you're not going to be on the road too much longer before, things start to heat up and, the tire pressure is going to increase. So, yeah, you just check that. And also definitely give all your tires a good go over before you go. Make sure there's nothing sticking out of the sidewalls, or if there's a slice or something, or maybe even a nail in it somewhere.
Yeah.
You don't need to be dealing with that while you're on the road.
And I would suggest, if anyone's going camping, I suggest having some kind of roadside assistance, some kind of like policy through your insurance or AAA or something, because, we're not all in shape and everything. And, some people can't change the tire, and, you don't know what you're getting into if you don't, if you haven't done it before, whatever. But I would always suggest that. Or if you're lazy, because sometimes, one time we got a flat tire and I was like, I don't feel like doing anything. Just call the people and we'll get them to do it. And, they do it in like 3 minutes because they have the right tools. We got the little things that are in the back of the car to do it. But, yeah, I would definitely get AAA. And I actually have some gas tips. So I was reading, I forgot where I read it, but it was on Facebook or something. This guy that works for the gas industry, he said, fill up in the morning when it's cool, and when you pump your tank, put it on the lowest setting, because evidently gas and the fumes go, evaporate faster if you're pumping faster. So put it on the lowest setting, do it in the morning, and refill like when you're a little bit under half, because if you're at zero, then there's a lot of fumes that will get out. And I found that interesting. But, I mean, I don't always do it, but that's interesting. So I always put it on the lowest setting now when I do it. So
and just upset all the people in line behind you because they're going to be waiting a little longer.
Only at Sam's Club. Sam's Club is the only place that's pretty crazy with gas. And I don't know how many people out there have Walmart Plus, but if you have Walmart Plus and you don't know this, you can go to Sam's Club. You don't have to have a Sam's membership to get gas. If you have Walmart Plus, you can get gas at Sam's Club.
Well, Daniel, I'll tell you something else, that you might want to know too. And because I'm not in the business of advertising for any particular company, but if I see a deal out there, I'm going to go ahead and latch onto it, and I'm going to share it with our listeners.
Yeah.
Go to the Loves app. Loves. Okay. They've got truck stops all over the country, and you can go ahead and download their app and save 10 cents a gallon at the pump when you purchase your gas at Loves. And there's a number of them going to be on the way, both up to Pennsylvania and on the way back here. So that's definitely where I'm going to be stopping in for gas.
So here's my question.
Yeah.
What about Buc-ee's? Are you going to stop by a Buc-ee's? Have you been to a Buc-ee's yet, Skip?
I passed one.
Are you going up 75 when you go up to?
No. Mm-mm.
I know there's one up 75, but if you see a Buc-ee's, you should go. I think you'll like it.
Well, the only reason I'm not going to stop at Buc-ee's, Daniel, is because they don't allow pets in there.
Oh, they do? Well, not inside, but they have a dog walk, and they have all kinds of stuff,
I'm going to want to stop inside, and if I can't take my pet Sadie with me, where Sadie can't go, I don't go. Bottom line.
They can't go inside, but they have a dog park and everything.
Okay. So anyway, I'm familiar with Buc-ee's, and I'll get to one of them sooner or later. Okay, but yeah, hey, I tell you, if you're going to be doing some long distance travel, anytime this summer, get that Loves app on your phone. and save 10 cents a gallon.
Yeah.
While you're out there, especially with gas prices being like they are and diesel prices being enormously high as they are.
Walmart has that too with the Walmart Plus app. You get 10 cents off. So, I mean, there's a lot of things out there. There's a lot of tips and tricks and stuff. But, yeah, every little bit helps nowadays.
Yeah, it certainly does. Daniel, it's time for our featured campground of the week. And that's right here, Daniel, on the Happy Camper Radio Show.
Happy Camper Radio.
And we're going to go up to an area that you are very familiar with.
Okay.
This is going to be up on Carter's Lake.
Ah.
Okay, we're going to be here in Georgia this time, Daniel. And we're going to go to the Dole Mountain Campground.
Oh, I know where that is. That's right up the road from where my trailer is.
Yeah, and that's one of the places I'm going to go ahead and make reservations on one of these weekends that you're deciding to go up there to the family trailer. But this is a beautiful campground, and I've seen pictures of it on their website, too. Dole Mountain Campground is located in the North Georgia mountains on beautiful Carter's Lake. You want to get an idea what Carter's Lake is? Look at that time we did the show up there with the lake in the background. Yeah. Which is about 70 miles north of Atlanta. Carter's Lake provides clean, safe, and quiet campgrounds that provide you escape from the hustle and bustle of everyday life, and you get to relax with your family. Dole Mountain offers boating, picnicking, the day use area, and many other summer activities. A lot of information is on the webpage, and we're going to have a link to it all week long on happycamperradio.com. Just click on the featured campground tab, and you'll find everything about Dole Mountain Campground right there. Check it out. Don't forget to don't overlook the need to know before you go items. Okay, there's a long list of them there, and also be sure to protect the trees from the key tree-killing pests. Okay, as we talk about all the time, we don't want to move firewood from one area of the country to the other. Don't move firewood, okay? We have a link to it also on Happy Camper Radio. Check that out as well. But this is a beautiful campground, Daniel.
Yeah.
We're going to get up there sometime.
I need to go up there myself.
Okay, well, let me know when you and the family plan on a weekend up there sometime.
All right.
And, I can hitch the RV up and easily make my reservations right here online. And if you happen to be in Georgia, folks, and you want to go camping to a beautiful campground up in North Georgia, here's one for you. It's the Dole Mountain Campground, and it is our featured campground of the week right here, Daniel, on the Happy Camper Radio Show.
Skip and Daniel. HappyCamperRadio.com.
And, of course, if you have a campground you'd like for us to feature on the program, all you got to do is get in touch with me, Skip, S-K-I-P, at happycamperradio.com. Or the guy here is looking very patriotic today.
Daniel at happycamperradio.com.
And be sure to include a link to the campground website. Well, I tell you what, folks, you're out there having fun. Take care. Enjoy yourself. And if you're setting off fireworks, please be very careful.
And pick up your trash afterwards.
Yeah.
That's annoying.
We're going to get out there pretty soon, Daniel. I don't know if it's going to be today or not for me, but, very soon we're going to be heading out and having ourselves a great time.
Yes, sir.
Remember, friends, every pet deserves a loving home. Do as I did. Visit your local shelter and adopt a pet today. You can visit us on the web 24/7, www.happycamperradio.com. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter.
X.
Twitter. I knew I'd get Twitter on you sooner or later. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. The Happy Camper Radio Show is a presentation of Skip Huber Productions. I'm Skip. I'm a happy camper. So is Daniel.
Hey!
And we'll be talking to you again real soon. Thanks for listening. This is Happy Camper Radio.
Happy Camper Radio.